It's amazing life what a tiny little tweak can do. Something we had built up to for the Sunrisers before the start of the game. Kane Williamson not quite finding runs, changing his batting position, and suddenly there's looking at runs coming from both ends at a rapid pace. Abhishek Sharma may have got out, but you could see the intent from both ends. Tripathi Garg, as the stand-in opener for Kane Williamson, walks into the side, 42 of 26, and they're almost 100 at the halfway point, are Hyderabad. Best possible start they could have got. We'll assess it here on Cricbuzz Comm Box. I'm joined by Lisa Sthalekar. What an inspired move, Lisa. Double inspired move. One is, of course, Kane Williamson comes down the order. Who do they get to open? Someone who's not in the 11. And he walks in and looks as if he's been batting every game.
Yeah, it was really good to see Tripathi Garg. We spoke about sometimes you get one chance, don't you? And batting out of position opens the batting, gets a life at 10. But then he's able to capitalise. Only just got out before we came into the comm box. But 42 off 26, you cannot complain from a guy who's not used to that position in giving him the perfect start.
Certainly did. For Mumbai's bowlers, you'd have to say when with Jasprit Bumrah, the leader of the attack, showing intent against him, that's when it sort of percolates down to the rest of the bowlers. 1 over for 15. He's now bowling over number 11. Also started with a boundary. So when you go against the lead bowler, you're already sending a message to the opposition, aren't you, Lisa?
Yeah, you really are. You're kind of saying, look, I'm here to play. It doesn't matter who you are. I'm going to take you on. So sometimes even just a strong defence, a strong leave, a confidence in calling can be just as good as well.
Certainly is. Let's just stay on those bowlers for a moment. Bumrah, of course, has gone for a few in his first over and a half. He's got 2 more overs to bowl. That might just be critical for their chances. Sanjay Yadav has gone for a few, but there will be some challenges for Sunrisers at the back end. 3 possible overs from Meredith, 2 more from Bumrah, who's not going to go for runs every single over. And then they've got enough options between 1 from Sams and something thrown in from Markandeya or Ramandeep.
Yeah, and they've got guys that nail the death. I mean, Bumrah, we know what he can do. Even in that over, he was able to execute some excellent Yorkers, but Tripathi was able to kind of really dig them out and score runs off them. So the pitch, we know, the cutters into the pitch is showing it's quite difficult. So it means if Mumbai are able to pick up a few wickets and then, you get the middle to late order coming in, trying to go hard against a ball that's kind of gripping and stopping, that's going to be really difficult. So I wouldn't be surprised if somehow, if Mumbai can put the brakes on, that the par score gets dropped. But if Tripathi is able to bat all the way through, then, I think, 180 is possible for them.
Yeah, and he's got plenty of help. He's going outstandingly. He's got Nicholas Pooran who's come in there, so they've got a fluid batting order. They've been focusing on Williamson with his pads on, Markram to come. So plenty of options down the order to be able to get there. Washington Sundar thrown into that mix. So at this stage, on the assumption that the latter situation happens and Tripathi bats deep, they probably won't want to settle for anything less than 190.
Yeah, and we saw what happened. I think it was against Gujarat. They actually scored that many runs. That was the first loss of this kind of streak. So they'll want to give their bowlers just a little bit more, to defend, so they feel a little bit more comfortable, because they felt like they were going to beat Gujarat, but then Gujarat did what they've done throughout this IPL, just win in the last minute. So, yeah, they're set up to go big, but wickets in hand is so crucial. I actually think if they've got guys that are staying in there, as in Pooran and Tripathi, then that 190 is possible. Otherwise, it could be almost a 20 to 30 run difference if they get out.
Yeah, and don't count Kane Williamson finding some form at a different position in the order. There was a point last season, or maybe it was 2 seasons ago, when he came and played an absolute blinder, batting, I think, at number 6 or 7, something like 30 of 11 balls. So if Kane Williamson gets a chance, he'll get in there. And, of course, there's Aiden Markram to follow. That's all we have on Cricbuzz Comm Box. We're expecting a big score, and it should be quite a telling chase for Mumbai if they want to win that race against Chennai. That's all we have here.